It's SC Lion here. I'm going to be reacting to a Dr. Ken Berry video, probably about 6 years ago. Does that sound about right? Yeah, 6 years ago. 3.2 million views. So I'm definitely not one of the first people to be reacting to this. Possibly reacting, but definitely not watching. Uh, yeah, I started my carnivore journey just a little bit ago, maybe a week or two ago. And it's very inspirational and helps a lot whenever you can get videos that talk about the things that you're trying to achieve. So I started 315 pounds is where I started as far as the weight goes. And I'm trying to do some blood pressure reduction things as well. But yeah. Uh, so he's going over beef, butter, bacon, and eggs in this challenge. Extreme weight loss hack is what he calls it, and fighting inflammation. So uh, yeah, so if you guys wanted to hang out and watch some of my videos along the way, I'll be producing some shorts and some long form content, mainly reaction stuff and just updates and things like that. But if you guys would like to hang out and check those out, then if you wouldn't mind doing the YouTube thing that everybody hates talking about, but the like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. But yeah, let's get to this reaction. All right, here we are.
Hey, this is Dr. Berry. For the next few minutes, I want to discuss with you an extreme weight loss hack. Now, this hack may not be for everybody, but it's definitely for those people who have either
This is my iced coffee. This isn't a Coke.
a lot of weight to lose or who have tried multiple diets and didn't lose any weight or lost only a little and then gained it all back. And so, if you want to lose a lot of fat off your body, while
Yeah, that's one reason why we need to have this carnivore, keto, herbivore, or whatever the one's called, where you're mostly carnivore, add a little bit of vegetables, herbivore, something I don't know, but that's why we need to stay on it and use it as a lifestyle change, not necessarily just a diet. Because to me, a diet entails that you are literally just doing this just to a hack per this video to get the weight off, and then as soon as you achieve whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, you're going to end up just going back to it, that's just crazy. uh it's kind of, in the end, it would be a waste, really, right? Because you're looking at hold on, yeah, we got full screen with it. In the end, it's just a big waste of your time, right? It's just a big waste because you're just gonna get off of it and then just gain it all back, ballooning up all your blood pressure, inflammation, any skin issues, skin tags, everything, mental health and autoimmune things, and all these things. It seems like all that's just going to come right back when you could have just stayed on the diet or lifestyle change that you initiated probably a long time before that. If you ended up, getting back down to the weight that you're looking to get down to. All right, let's get back into it.
time keeping your muscles, keeping your bones strong, keeping your brain working very well, and all your internal organs very healthy, this may be the extreme diet hack for you. So I try to make videos like this once a week, if not more often. If you'd like to catch those videos, click that little subscribe button down below this video and the little bell right beside it so that every
Told
time
you
I
it's
get a
that
bright
mandatory
idea,
YouTube thing.
you'll be one of the very first people to know.
Like,
Now
comment,
let's talk
subscribe.
about this hack. Like I said, may not be for everybody because it's a little bit extreme. But I think that if you have given up on losing fat and you just think that it's not possible for you, this may be the diet hack for you. Now, this diet hack is very safe. There's no danger in doing this. The foods that you'll be eating on this diet you can get from your local grocery store. There's no unique, weird, proprietary ingredients you have to buy. There's no subscription you have to sign up for. You just eat these foods and
No Jenny Craig's, no nothing like that. Give me money monthly and then I will give you the key to the kingdom, so to speak. That's kind of what we've always been promised, that, like, you give me money, I will give you the keys, and all you got to do is just keep paying every month. And Guess what never eventually happens? You never get there. That's unfortunate.
All other foods and food-like products. What this diet hack is going to do is going to hack two of your hormones. Actually, more than that, but we're going to just focus on two in this
We'll be
video.
talking about
The
some
first
insulin.
and most important is your insulin level. Insulin has hundreds of jobs in the human body, but one of its main jobs is to take energy in the form of glucose and other sugar molecules and store them as fat. And so anytime your insulin level is very high, you're going to be storing fat, and it's going to be very, very hard for you to burn the fat that you've already stored. And as you can see,
Yeah, how are you supposed
immediately
to lose
chronically
fat?
high insulin.
How are you supposed to lose fat if the very thing that stores the fat stays high? And obviously, sugars, carbohydrates, that's what makes it stay high. You know, so this diet or lifestyle is very common sense once you get down and really think about it.
Level is going to prevent you from losing any weight. The second hormone that we're going to hack is your growth hormone, your human growth hormone. By keeping it high, this diet hack is going to protect your muscle and actually help you put on new muscle if you'd like to work out and do that. But you're not going to lose muscle, because when we talk about losing weight, we don't really mean that. What we mean is I want to lose fat. And so if you'd like to keep your muscle mass and you'd like to keep your bone density and keep everything else right where it is while losing fat, this is probably the diet hack for you. And so what we're doing is we're going to dial down your carbohydrate intake. And so you may have heard of the low carb diet, the ketogenic diet. These are basically just turning down the dial of the amount of carbohydrates you eat each day. And in fact, many people have wonderful results with a low carb diet. They have wonderful.
Yeah, I was told by a lot of people, and it actually happened to me a little bit. If you go from a high carbohydrate diet, just standard American diet, and then you just like literally the next day go to zero carbs, you're not going to be feeling good at all. You know, you're going to be getting what they call that keto flu. You know, you're going to be getting the headaches, the nausea, fatigue, possibly nausea, I don't know, but fatigue and possibly dizziness, confusion. It's all there. And, you know, you got to slow it down. You just got to kind of bring it down a little bit. I'm sure you understand that.
Results with a ketogenic diet, but for some people, they need to dial down the carbs even more. And that's what this hack is going to teach you to do. You're going to dial down the carbs to as close to 0 grams of total carbohydrates a day as you can actually take in. And that's what's going to hack these two hormones that we're talking about today, plus your other hormones, all in the correct or proper direction for you to lose fat, okay? And so we're in the process of eating this diet. We're also going to keep your blood sugar level very, very low. And so if you are a type 2 diabetic or a pre-diabetic or you're insulin resistant, you may notice that your blood sugars come back down to normal levels eating this diet. If so, there's no extra charge for that. Now let's get into this diet hack and let's talk about what you can eat and then all the things you should avoid. So really, there's about 5 or 6 things you can eat. And the beautiful thing about this diet is it's not a calorie restriction diet. It's not a portion control diet. So of the foods I'm about to name off.
That was a bad pause spot. Apologize. But the restriction of calories, a lot of people fail that over time because it feels like you're never satiated. You're never truly like full after you eat. Because if you have this calorie tracker app or however you're doing it, and then you keep seeing that graph go up and up and up, and it can only go this far. And then when it starts getting closer and closer and you're still kind of hungry for the day, you're either going to go over or you're just going to get off the diet. You know, that's just wild to think that there are actual diets out there, this one specifically, that you can just eat all you want as long as it's the correct things and you're not intaking sugar. And then you will just lose weight. Yeah, I'm down from 315. I weighed myself this morning. I was just a hair under 305, like 304.6 or something like that. Yeah, it's a process, but Yeah, just zero carb food, and that's just animal food. That's not dairy, and that's it. And I feel decent so far. I'm not saying I feel amazing right now, a weekend, but I feel pretty decent.
You can literally eat as much as you want within the kind of the ramifications I'm going to tell you. Okay, here's the list of foods you can eat as much as you want. Number one, beef. You can eat ground beef. You can eat ribeye. You can eat
Ground beef is
less
not
expensive
expensive either.
cuts of beef. Any beef meat, the meat, any meat from a cow, you can eat as much as you want. Any meat from a sheep, you can eat as much as you want. So lamb chops, any of that kind of stuff, you can eat as much as you want. Any meat from goat, you can eat as much as you want. So any ruminant, well, let's just call all those beef for the sake of simplicity in this video. So you can eat all the beef you want. You can eat all the eggs you want. And
Eggs
please
do
don't
have a
throw
small
away
amount of
those
carbs, though.
yolks. They're full of magical
Small though.
nutrition. If you're going to throw away anything, throw away the white. But eat your eggs. Next is butter. Next is liver. And when I say liver, I mean really all organ meats that come from an animal. And
Nutrient
most people,
dense.
that's liver is what you can get at your local grocery. But if you have access to heart, if you have access to brain, if you have access to other things like that, bone marrow, you're welcome to eat as much as you want of those as well. And then finally is bacon. Yes, bacon. You can lose weight eating bacon. And so let's go over those again. Beef of any kind, eggs of any kind. They can be duck eggs, chicken eggs, quail eggs, probably lizard eggs. I'm not sure about lizard eggs. You can eat butter, and you want to try to get grass-fed butter if you can. You can eat liver or other organ meats from animals, and you can eat bacon. And I don't want you to spend lots of extra money for the uncured bacon. Uncured bacon actually has more nitrates than cured bacon in it. Now, you can use salt to taste. Do not limit.
And if you don't like actual liver, there's that Braunschweiger, there's that liver cheese, and there are carbs in it, but if you just have a small amount every day, it shouldn't hurt you as far as staying within, the ketogenesis, the ketosis. But and I don't even think it's that expensive. They come in little 1 pound rolls, and you can eat them raw. And actually, it's an acquired taste, but as long as you're not, you know, super upset about the taste, that'd probably be a lot better than eating liver if you can't stand the taste of it.
Salt. You can use as much salt as you'd like. You can drink water, either still or sparkling. Either one is fine. You can drink coffee and you can drink tea on this diet, and you can have as much of those as you'd like. What you're not going to ingest is any other foods, and you're going to do this diet hack for at least 1 month solid. And you can do it for up to 3 months if you'd like. But if for at least 1 month to get the full benefits of this, then you can do that. And all these foods I've listed, you can eat as much as you want. If you want a ribeye and 3 eggs for dinner, you can do that. If you'd like 2 eggs or 2 ribeye and 6 eggs, you can also do that. That's fine. There's
That's
no
right.
limit on the amount of food that you can eat. The only restriction is I want you to eat either one very large meal a day or 2 very large meals a day. And try to eat these meals within a 6 hour window of time so that for 18 hours of the day, you're not eating anything. And then within this 6 hour window, you.
Yeah, from what I've researched, every time you eat, regardless of, I don't know if it's 100% of anything, but regardless of what you eat, from what I've seen, there is a insulin response, and every time you spike that insulin just a little bit, you are actually taking away from your fat burning process. So that so basically having it to where your eating window is as small as you can make it, you're able to still burn fat throughout the day. But if you keep on triggering an insulin response, over and over and over again throughout the day, you're going to be limiting your window of time in which you're actually burning fat. So that's what I've researched, and I've been doing a lot of research on this.
Either one big meal or 2 big meals. And I don't want you to eat just a small serving and be done. I want you to eat until you're comfortably stuffed with these foods. You're not going to limit your salt, but you are going to Eliminate any sweeteners from your diet. You're not going to use any meats that are breaded. You're not going to eat anything else like that. You're going to avoid all carbohydrates in this diet. I think that you'll find that you're going to feel better in just a few days on this diet, keeping in mind that if you do have a sugar or a carbohydrate addiction, you're going to have to withdraw from those things that you're addicted to. And withdrawing from any addiction, it takes anywhere from 7 to 14 days to kind of get over all the symptoms of withdrawal from that addiction. And if you
Mm-hmm.
Google withdrawal symptoms, you can see what they are: the fatigue, headache, achiness, not feeling good, being sleepy, or having trouble
Yeah,
sleeping,
keto
either
flu.
one of those. But you may do that if you have a sugar addiction or a carbohydrate addiction. That doesn't mean there's anything in this diet that's hurting you. It just means you're breaking that addiction, and that may not be fun for a few days. Make sure that you're eating plenty of salt and also getting plenty of potassium and magnesium. Now, the ingredients I listed on this diet have those in them. But if you'd like to make sure you're getting your potassium, magnesium, sodium, and chloride, you can use this really cool little product that I'll link to down below. It's called Keto Chow Electrolyte Drops. I
Hmm.
don't think it's any better than just getting your electrolytes from other
Yeah, I've never heard of
sources,
that.
but it's very, very convenient and pretty darn cheap. And so that's why I carry a bottle of these drops in my pocket pretty much all the time. So that's it in a nutshell. You're going to eat as close to 0 grams of carbohydrate as you can every day. But you're not going to calorie restrict. You're not going to portion restrict. You're going to eat until you're comfortably stuffed in your 1 or 2 meals a day. So I think you'll find that this diet will work when you have failed on many other diets. Now, at the end of the month or at the end of the 3 months, if you think, man, I feel so much better and I'm getting all these wonderful results, I'd like to do this diet for a little longer. Is that safe? Yes, you can actually do this diet for as long as you'd like. I've been eating this diet for about the last 14 months now, and I feel better now at 50 than I felt when I was 35.
Year
I've
and two
actually
months.
lost body fat that I didn't think I'd ever be able to lose. I've lost body fat on this diet, which is called the carnivore diet, that I couldn't even lose on a ketogenic diet. And so, for some people like me who are very insulin resistant, you have to turn down that carbohydrate knob to almost zero.
Yeah, and another thing too is trying to explain to your doctor what you're doing without getting them to freak out, because a lot of people are not aware of this type of diet or lifestyle, and they freak out. And with the whole cholesterol thing, and they honestly, I'm not a doctor, obviously, but a lot of these doctors, they they think you're gonna have a heart attack and you're just gonna just keel over dead, and and also they don't understand that what you're doing is actually healthy. So it's interesting. That's for sure.
To lose the fat that you never thought you'd be able to lose. Now, if you know someone who needs to lose some fat, please consider sharing this video with them. You can share it on your Facebook page or in your groups. You can share it on Reddit, on Twitter, on Instagram. You have my permission to share. This is Dr. Berry. I'll see you next time.
All right, yeah. So yeah, that's my reaction to that. And yeah, I've been on this for about a week, and yeah, I started at 315. I'm down to just a little under 305. I think it's like 304.8 or point 0.6. I weighed myself this morning. I'm trying not to live on that scale because it seems like every time you step on it, it might fluctuate up and down, and yeah, it's not good because you're gonna be dissuaded a little bit. But yeah, I'm staying hydrated. I'm taking my electrolytes, which LMNT. I'm using that. DrinkLMNT.com. I'm not affiliated or anything, and yeah, so far I'm losing weight, and yeah, we'll see the next couple weeks, see where it goes, and my goal weight. This is gonna sound crazy, but I want to get down to around 200, maybe slightly under. Yeah, I want to get my body mass index where it's actually supposed to be for my height and age and everything else. And I would like to work on my metabolic health as well, which that's something else that this diet is supposed to be really good for. Yeah, yeah. Just if y'all don't mind, do the YouTube thing. That like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully everybody here would like to stick with me with my, in my journey and see how things go. Uh, love y'all. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.